till 3, sharing old stories, just them and me. The world's fast asleep, but we're wide awake, sipping on coffee, no plans to break. Time fades away as the night drifts on, lost in the laughter, the dark nearly gone. No need for answers, no reason why, just two souls awake beneath the sky. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. So here's to late nights, the quiet and deep, with a friend by your side when you should be asleep. In the calm of the night, life feels bright, ending or starting, we're feeling just right. Time fades away as the night drifts on, lost in the laughter, the dark nearly gone. No need for answers, no reason why, just two souls awake beneath the sky. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. These quiet chats, yeah, they're the best, yeah, they're the best. These quiet chats, yeah, they're the best, quiet and deep best.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are. What if any you might be? And welcome to our little get to bed. Why are you still up show? Or get out of bed. Why aren't you awake yet show? Or hey, all you Aussies, hope you had a wonderful day at work and are now ready to go home and get some dinner show. And Glow, yes, the Jasmine Pace case is the one, if it's televised, that I'm going to pick up in 11, no. Yeah, in 11 hours, that case should be going. Or else Brandon will force me to cover it. But thank you for the interest. We will be covering that one. It seems interesting. And thank you, Valhalla, for all the raiders, all the goatees. Hey, Krista. Everyone had an amazing day. My back have been killing me, so not the best of days, but I got to watch. Have you watched Bass Reeves, that series on Showtime? I like that. That's a good series. Anytime I did my Danish lessons after 2. What? Okay. Hey, 80s. Hey, Brokenhearted. Hey, CJ. Hey, Camber. And Alicia A. For us. I was named after a famous Civil War general, first Forrest A. I can't remember his name, but it was not Nelson. So Forrest Gump was not named after you. Bedford, Medford, something like that. She's actually quite skilled at her Danish. She can't pronounce it because we pronounce stuff a weird way, but she's good at reading it. Hey, Harley Mouse. And Kiki K. Charlene. And Andrea. Grass is green enough. And, oh, little D, how you doing? Chrissy, you get to spend a little bit of the night, but longer than most ladies. Hey, Rachel. And Diana. Good morning. Crystal and Pixie. Finally, a show Pixie don't have to yell at me for starting it when she has to go to bed. It's 10. Do you know where your children are? I think my oldest child is probably getting out of bed, starting to take care of my grandson, and my youngest is probably going to bed. You know, kids. My oldest texted me yesterday and was talking about, oh, he's getting big and all of that, and he is. He's getting at a I don't know. Do you say this in English? Because a way we say that kids are having the right weight is they start to have elastics around their wrists and elbows and thighs and stuff like that, because they're getting so fat they got folds. That's a good way to tell that they're healthy kids. Not super fat, but they need a little like they had an elastic band around their wrist. But they have a morning ritual when they wake up in the morning. She'll put him on. He will sit on her stomach and then lean against her legs, and they're talking. Good thing. Remember to interact, even if they're babies. Interact a lot with them. It helps their mental growth. I think is that Habermas that talks about that? Maybe it is. But he had just eaten, and then he had to do what babies do. And apparently, there was not a full sealant on the diaper, and accident may have happened, and accident may have hit my daughter. So she wrote me and said, "Oh, yeah, that's not so fun with kids." And she said, "It's weird. I thought I would puke and with the smell and all of that, and when it's your own, you don't care." I said, "No, isn't that funny? Diapers don't smell the same way if it's your own kid, and what's a little poop between friends? In Germany, you can make money off of it." I shouldn't say stuff like that. Hey, Claire. DK Cribble. Hey, Nightbud. No one ever says hi to you. Mine just went for burgers. It's bedtime. Well, it's not bedtime for you yet. Finally, I'm doing a show in your afternoon. Hey, Jana. Well, I had my 5.5 hours of sleep, so no, I like these night shows. It doesn't have any content. It's just me ranting about my kid being pooped on. I look like death warmed over. As we say in Denmark, you look like the death from Lübeck, which is a German town where supposedly the plague came from. Was just listening to Future Trial. It looks interesting. Hey, Buttface. Oh, and Chris Mullen. Hello. Also a time that fits you. And Leslie Ann is up early down in South Africa. The Pace Case is televised. Yeah, but I have to figure out. I hope Lawn and Crim is normally the best place to get them, because they will play it on a slight delay, so they have closed captions on them. Hey, Sneaky. Mr. Scotty. Well, wish more ladies said that in Denmark. Thank you so much, Valhalla, and all your goodies. Hey, Kenny. From Califas. Oh, and little Luna from Texas. Homicide Squad, I don't know what that show is. Homicide Squad was that Leslie Nielsen show, right? I like that show. Hey, Catherine from Arizona. Valhalla has been filling out hearts with joy with his beautiful goats and their babies. Yeah, I think YouTube is filled with so much crap, so much drama, so much Oh, I'm gonna show you how smart I am and talk about how stupid everyone else is. I think like about Valhalla is he's such an easy fella to just enjoy time with, and then you can feel how happy he is when he's talking about his goat. And I really like those shows. I don't know why he hates me enough that he won't show them when I'm awake, but that's the beef me and Valhalla have. But sadly, that's how he rolls against me. But I like those goat streams. We need more of that. We call that a blowout. Well, he's like that. He's like most men. He ghosts women. We don't know what to say to you, so we just ghost you. Love it. Oh, I need to read the full sentence. I just saw that I love the chubby. Love the chubby crease on a baby once they start walking with it will disappear. Yeah, but you need them. Mike Lindell called. He wanted to thank you for having those ads for My Pillow under your eyes. Well, you too can support freedom by supporting My Under Eye Pillows. Special brand will be released next week. I don't know. Does he have stores or is it just online? But thank you, Lefty. And I will be sending you your first pillowcase with my face on it so you can go to sleep doing what you want to do. Hug and kiss a man. I need a man to hug and kiss. A man to hug and kiss. Is there any man to hug and kiss in here? That's a Simpsons reference. What's the topic for the evening? Nothing. These night shows never have a topic. It's just whatever chat gets me talking about. You feel like Death Won't Blow. Yeah, it's a weird time. 3 in the afternoon. That's so nice. Despite the look of my face, you're still talking. Howdy, Baker and Chat. I started watching but haven't finished yet a Stabula episode from several months back where Chat was contributing towards your furry costume. How far did we get with that? Wasn't it when Diva was on 2 weeks ago with my? I don't think we got that far with my furry costume. I might have to go over it with Jamie when she comes to Denmark because I don't know. The Danish national animal is a stork, so that's our national bird. But I don't know if I could walk as a stork because I'm quite fat, and storks are quite famously the other thing. Oh, let's hope he's doing better, Justin. You had another baby today, baby girl. Oh, you should name it Brandon. And Dominic has arrived. Go Bills. I don't know. I'm new here. Are you still a baker? I love cinnamon rolls and sourdough. No, I have a. The reason why I'm a broken baker is I have two herniated discs. So, like today, when I have to stand on one leg and lean on the other side because it's just a pain o'clock. That's I can't work as a baker. I did cinnamon rolls. I think back in November. Sourdough, it's just I don't bake enough that I could have a sourdough running all the time, but it's good sourdough bread. Show about nothing like Seinfeld, except not like Seinfeld, because Baker doesn't like Seinfeld. So this is better. Thank you, Grass is Greener, for remembering another thing I hate. Oh, aren't you sweet? Mr. Libby, my semi-Danish friend. Dominic is late to the party, still in the barn, never letting them out again. I'm tired. But just to have some content, because apparently that's a thing you do. I saw this. I know it's an old one, but it makes me laugh every time. And this is a night show. We can laugh.
A Cairns mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered it on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
This would be the most childish breakup I've ever had. Like, all he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore, I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her 3 young children up at odd hours in the evening, and they're yet to stop.
I won $500.
Well, I'm getting phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Hey, I thought it was quite funny, actually. I thought it was a good joke.
A good sport, Jessica is.
Just pull it down, please, and yeah, have a laugh for me. And if you want to make a phone call, go for it. I don't mind. Bring it on.
A Cairns mother has...
You got to love the Aussis. That's that's a funny people. And over on my Twitch, you should eat Smickerats on stream. No, I might have drunk some when I was younger and hung out in places where people put their cigarettes out in their cans, but I don't want to eat them. That's weird. I'm keeping sourdough starter. I really love the stuff. It's so fun to bake with. Yeah, it's it's a skill you have to learn because the high hydration level. But the product is just really good because it's a slow raising time, so it really gets a lot of flavor in there. Thank you, Harmony. Thank you. It's like that the other Australian guy. I can't find that clip. Where he's talking about. I think he ran out and got someone, or someone tried to break into the house, and he's just the weirdest guy ever. I love Aussies. If it was a real country, I would go there. That's not terrible. That's terrible. How about Chewbacca master makes noise when you move your mouth? Oh, that could be fun. Oh, like that. What's the one who were famous back in the day for 2 seconds on the Twit? Well, she got famous for something better than Hacked Way. I already keep my phone on Do Not Disturb. That would definitely cause me to keep it that way. I normally never, because I was divorced for so long and my kids lived a different part of the country, and I always had it on because if they needed me, they could call me. So I never put my phone on Do Not Disturb until I figured out that you could allow certain numbers to phone through. But then I had a little cray-cray person, not you, little D, but I had another person who started calling me on Discord at night. That was a fun 2 days until I got them blocked. People are weird. Pixie is not claiming them. Well, you're not a fan of sourdough? Well, I'm gonna give Jamie Danish råbrød. That's rye bread, but made totally different. She will hate me for life for it. That said, I made my fiance throw out his boxes with the Southern Cross on them. I think I'm marrying a bogan. Luckily, we can't have kids. A bogan? Oh, is that like a hillbilly or something? You're only here for the Hack 2A. Did you buy some of her? You told me the other day what it is. It's called meme coins. Did you buy some of her meme coins? I can't wait till that girl goes to court and has to say, "Well, I didn't know they were cheating people for money, allegedly." The meal of food for us free can read people was fun tonight. Large turnout, lots of fun, little documentation, but lots of people were there. Many creators too. Nice. It's so nice that you can participate in stuff like that. I can do it via Tom when he puts up stuff, but yeah, I'm a little isolated from all of that. I did ask him when he was having that. Is that the fundraiser? He said, "Oh, write me an email." Never answered me. He doesn't like me no more. You're not a fan of bread in general? Oh, I like a good garlic bread. Don't talk about our love affair that way. You enjoyed my late night calls. Well, it wasn't you. It was another person. And again, you can accidentally do it because you forgot that I live 6 hours ahead of you, and think 8 o'clock at night. He probably wants to talk to me because I watched him on stream, and I would probably be nice and say, "Well, it's 2 in the morning. Could we please talk at another time?" But when you keep calling me and keeping me up for 2 hours, yelling at me and calling me a liar, even though we never talked before, I get a little. Just me not a fan of that one. But luckily, it was only once, and yeah, I think that's probably comes something that comes with the territory of being a YouTube creator or whatever you call what I'm doing. That sometimes you get a little cray craze hanging around, and it's fine. I didn't. I know they probably were in a bad place, and it was just that was the one to take it out on. That's fine. It's it's not like I'm getting mad at all over that at all. Why the hell won't it show that? No, it does show that. We'll keep that for later. Yes. I know he is. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Don't start anymore. I know there's another. I saw that Krusty is saying Lindsay made all the conspiracy theories. All is good and Nancy can read. How was movie night? I didn't watch it. What is going on? Oh, yeah. That's why you're saying what Apple. Yeah, Apple's stupid. It doesn't matter. Stay in and have fun anyway. You heard him. Everyone's allowed one accidental 2 a.m. phone call. Yeah. And then they can go right on the block list. No, it wasn't Captain Ukraine. I think it was a person who probably didn't need me, but probably needed some professional help. But you have these pseudo relationships because I'm here, I'm talking to you, and I say, "Oh, Marissa has so little Swaysher," um, and then they think, "Oh, he knows me," and I'm sitting here struggling with something. I'll call him because he's such a smart cookie. Probably never watch the show if they think that. So that's one of the things that comes from having a YouTube channel. Heard a story on a podcast or something. Once a man had a loud and embarrassing argument at a party about Princess Diana's death being a conspiracy. Where's the follow-up? So After the breakup, the woman started sending her ex anonymous photos of Princess Diane, even after he moved. It was spite at first, then it's just too much fun. You can do some stupid thing. I've luckily never really been in any relationships like that where it ended. It must be. It's done. Move over. This doing the Chewbacca thing, yeah, it's kind of fun, but still, it's kind of harassment, and they will have to get a new phone number if it keeps going. But all those things where people, I never understood the stalking. She didn't like you, or he didn't like you. Move on. These people who I'll move into their attic and stay there. No. Movie Juror 2 was about a guy on a jury that found out through the trial that he was involved in. It resembled a bunch of cases we know. Oh. Well, I found out that you can just favorite some numbers and they can call through. I'll go back to bed now after my show's over, and then I'll put my phone on do not disturb because I'll sleep. But still, if they call from court, it'll go through because, again, I don't. I want to hear that, but if it's someone who wants to sell me an extended warranty for my car, I really don't care. You can once, and then you'll probably be blocked. I didn't say I would answer. What do you mean you don't anything about me? I'm hurt. Well, hippie chick, I didn't mean you. You and I are like this, like peeing in a pot. It's all the rest of the day. You know how it is. Well, I like Nightbot. Nightbot and I have a great relationship. I have a phone set so certain people can call and message and the phone will make a noise. Yeah, that's the same I have. Oh, my sleep patterns isn't that bad. I try to get to bed when I'm doing these morning shows, night shows for you. Try to get to bed at 9, and then Jamie or Marissa or Jemima starts a conversation, and then it's 10:30 before I had 5.5 hours sleep. That's fine. I'm going to get a little more sleep before we're streaming later. Nothing like a good Reuben on rye. Never had it, but if you're talking about American rye, normally that's more like Wonder Bread with a bit of rye in it. Danish is very dense. That's what we use for our specialty, the butterbrød bread, smørbrød. Who's peeing in a pot? Isn't that what you're saying? To pee in a pot? Swasia could always need a little work. It's a nice chat tonight. You ain't a grifter if you don't. Oh, Ralphie. Tell us you have something special for Jamie. Seriously, you have something special planned for Jamie and we want videos. I have nothing special for Jamie right now. I will go out and do some shopping before the ladies arrive. I haven't planned anything. It depends on what they are into. They want to go and see all the historic things in Copenhagen. I can show them that. I'm going to take them to the King's Castle. I'm going to take them to what's called New Harbor. That's a famous street that all the tourists love because it's some weird small houses with a lot of colors on them. I'm going to take them to the Round Tower. I'm going to take them to see the Stork Fountain. I'm going to take them to see where our parliament is. I'm going to take her to see The Little Mermaid. Jamie didn't know The Little Mermaid is a fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen. So Danish authors on a budget will be a new show Jamie will be having because she needs to learn. other than that, we'll find somewhere. I don't know what they want to eat and stuff like that. The good thing about Copenhagen is, even for us, it's a big city, but it's only 1 million people, and everything is kind of concentrated in the middle because it used to have a lot of defenses around it. So you have the inner city, that's where all the touristy things are, more or less. So you can walk around in 3-4 hours and see all the things that you need to see. Sadly, they're going to come at a time of year where you can't really go to Tivoli or the fun places, but we can hang out, we can watch a lot of culture. If you're in Scandinavia or wanting to stop by, you can come take a tour with us, and Pernilla will be there too. She will talk about, oh, this is another war goal for the Swedes. Oh, we have learned in school that we need to take this place. The Swedes hate us, and then I'll just. It's going to be easier when also, I don't know how hard things like jet lag and stuff will hit. I know Iris is used to traveling, but Jamie not as much. So we'll take it kind of. I talked to them that we had to go to a sports bar and see if because my team is playing on that Saturday, so we might be able to go there and see that. How long of a flight is it to you from where Jamie is? I think she's flying 10 hours. It takes me 8 hours to fly. I've been looking at going to the US in the end of May and beginning of June. Kind of do a little loop up the Northeast and then go down and visit with the expert again. And I think flying to Newark is 8 hours from Copenhagen if I have a direct flight, maybe a little bit more. So that's fine. Yeah, they surprised me last week. Irish I knew was coming, but then Jamie's coming with me. Off to see Fred and Mary's house. I will take them to see Fred and Mary's house. Take them to Dragør. Probably a little too far out of the. They're just going to stay for 2 days. It's just going to be a weekend. So Dragør is probably going to be a little bit too much. I have Jamie on. Jamie is a renowned Bible expert. Walking for 3-4 hours doesn't sound like fun, but I can't physically walk for an hour. I'm broken as well. Well, and we're going to take it. We're going to meet up at 10 in the morning, and then we'll see where we end. Hey, Kate Ups. Grew up with pickled herring, pate, and a smear. My dad was Danish. Oh, so you have had good food. Can you tell everyone that our liver pate isn't that bad and it doesn't taste like liver? It's great. I don't like sauerkraut. What? Oh, you shouldn't be sorry, Big Dog. Just thank you for being here. Come back to the U.S. lawyer in Columbus. Leo in Columbus, Ohio. I'll meet you and show you the sites. It won't take more than an hour. I'm actually looking at. Still haven't gotten my map back in here because I'm looking at flying into Newark. Newark. It sounds like New York if I try to say it. Flying into Newark because then I can drive down to Philly. The difference between a plane ticket from Newark to Copenhagen or Philadelphia to Copenhagen is roughly 2,000 Danish, which would be roughly half what it would cost me to rent a car for a week. So I'm thinking I can fly into New Jersey, drive down to Philly, and see if Marissa will yell at me in person as well as she does on screen. Then go in to see Jamie, but that's like a 10-hour drive or something like that. So I'm thinking I would need somewhere to stop in the middle. And I think Ohio is kind of in the middle between Pennsylvania and Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Yeah. And then I'm thinking I'll swing south and go down and see if Mo wants to yell at me in person as well, and then I can swing west and go out and tickle Valhalla's goats. It is. Did someone ask who Fred and Mary was? Yeah, we have an Aussie queen. No, you don't need it on hard toast. You don't need it on råbrød. You like liverwurst? It's kind of the same, but not. It's a pate, but it still have the same taste. Well, that's what we're here for. Always wanted to go to Tivoli, but we always went to Copenhagen in the winter. Yeah, they have started opening it up earlier. Well, they do the Christmas now, and then they do. I think they actually is open now till February, and then they close for a couple of months to ready the park for summer. But it's a nice place, especially in the summer at night. Well, so do I. I have a show about it. I might get Moses and Noah wrong, but the story was right in the end. It's good for you. Cleveland is a fun halfway spot. You could visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I could do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at a map, see what makes sense. Could also go south from Columbus and hit Nashville. I've been told from certain people in Tennessee that Nashville is a bad place. No, Valhalla, you should watch the show. I said I will be flying to Newark, renting a car, then doing a loop. It's like streaming with Jamie when Valhalla is here because, the idiot on the screen is talking to. Do I need to listen to him? But I was actually, I'm looking at doing the reverse Nick and then drive north to south. You're gonna drive that far? It's not gonna be that far. I've looked at the map. It's like this. It's gonna be a couple of days driving. I can do that. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of driving, but that's the thing. If you want to go meet people, you Americans are weird. You don't live in a very small country where you can drive in 4 hours from north to south. So you have to do some stuff. But again, I'll get a car, get the GPS going. On the road again. I just wanna be on the road again. And just I don't know, I could probably do it in 4 days' time or something like that. And then I'm gonna go down and see if I can find shelter in Tennessee and drink some of Valhalla's beers. Your kids are going to Euro in March. They went to Spain last year. This time it's UK and France. Not the biggest fan of France, but it's lovely, especially in the summertime. Massachusetts is kind of out of the way for where I'm going. That would be another weird loop. So, and I think I would be arrested in Massachusetts. I've said a lot of bad things about the police up there. Well, there will be a meetup, I think. I asked my son where he wants to go on vacation this year, and he said Disney, Niagara Falls, the White House, and Legoland. So holy crap. That's going to be a lot of driving because, well, you can do Disney and Legoland at the same place, but then you have Niagara Falls and the White House. That's the full eastern side of America that you're going to cover. No, just talk and chat. Talk amongst yourself. I could vlog his trip. I'm going to do some videos. I'm not going to do videos while I'm driving because I find it kind of disturbing when people are driving and talking at the same time. I know Tommy does it all the time when he goes to court, but people should be concentrated about driving when they drive. The only thing I don't get is why Americans have speed limits that's that low. It's really annoying. And then everyone says, but you can go 70. It doesn't say so on the sign. I'm a foreigner on a rental. I'm going to get pulled over. So I'm not going 70 if it says 65. Tell the people about Dollywood Baker or D Wood too. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Yes, I believe on, is it Thursday the 5th, which is Father's Day in Denmark, is when we're going to do the Dollywood thing where we go to Dollywood and meet up. If people want to come there, we'll meet up, walk around. Last year we did it with Kaiser Pineapple, T-Rex, Steve Gosney, Mrs. Gosney, and we spent a day in Dollywood. And then on the Friday, which will be Friday the 6th, that's where we're going to have the live show. Hopefully a lot people will show up. Oh, interesting. Who won? I didn't know. Is this going to be during Karen Reed? It shouldn't be, because that should be April and this should be end of May. But I'll find another case you can cover. I know how much you miss being on and hanging out with Jamie. It takes me at least 2 hours to get out of the state of Ohio. A lot, kinda, if I'm going to the directions to the other three. America should be smaller. Hey, this Susan, not that Susan, but this Susan. How are you doing? Is there Legoland in Florida? I don't know. You're asking me? Well, then you're in a real pickle, because then you'll have to drive across and up and down your country. You have to come out west to do 75. 75 is nothing. Just remember, the left lane is the speed limit, the right lane is for crime. Zoom, zoom. June. I like that part where I could, when I had the kids, I could use the commuter lane or whatever it was. But still, 55 miles per hour. I know we are barely out of our horse and carriage time, but we go faster than you do. Yeah, and I think he is near Knoxville as well. That could be fun. It only takes me 6 hours to drive to my friend's house in New Mexico. I could drive to Holland in 8 hours. Yeah, that's. I could go to 2 different countries in that time. You can do 75 in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's good. Hey, Rach. You have 80 miles an hour in Texas. And Wyoming, I think it is. Oh, maybe you did retract it, but StreamYard will still keep them. If I find it interesting, I'll pull it up. I don't look if you retract them. You have more traffic. Actually, only around DC and around New York did you have more dense traffic than we did. I would rather drive from Delaware to New Jersey than I would drive up when I had to get my kids on a Friday. It was way easier to drive. Legoland is in California. Well, then she has a long trip ahead of her. Hey, Maya, how is your evening? There's one in, I believe, one in Jutland, one that's the OG, one in California, one in London or Paris, maybe, and one in Japan. I think they had now. Legoland isn't. No, I actually think they bought it back from the company that owned them because they had a bit of financial trouble back in 2004, 5, and they sold the rights to the parks. I'm not sure that it's Lego owned, but I think they might either they might have the rights back or they're trying to get them back. So, but that's I'm going to take Jamie and Iris. I'm going to take them to the Lego store. There's a big Lego store in Copenhagen. Don't think about it. That's fine. Mall of America has a Lego setup. That's in Minnesota, right? We're not discussing Legos. Lego is a brand name. It's not Legos. So you can't have more of the brand name. Yeah, Legoland is in Windsor in England. Yeah, I knew it. I've heard something about. It's a good hobby. Just don't step on it. That's not right. We also think about how to beat the Swedes and when we're going to eat the next time. See, I know stuff. Mall of America, Minnesota. Isn't it? I thought I saw somewhere that it's kind of dead now, that like most malls isn't good. Well, we need beer to stay alive. Have a great night, Wanda. And remember, in Denmark, it's bad luck to wish people happy birthday before it's their birthday. But thank you so much. Almost 27 years old, only 2 weeks. If you end up in Rhode Island or South Massachusetts, make sure to stop at the sign of the lemon. Dell's frozen lemonade. A frozen lemonade, that would be an icicle. Right? Or is it more like a slushy? But I'm not a fan of citrus fruit. I would have died if I was a sailor back in the day. Yeah. I'm talking about getting it right. As you know, on Saturday, I said it's January. I know a few of you are doing the things that people do in January, saying, I need to get back to the gym because that Christmas food gave me that Christmas pouch. And then you'll forget that you have a gym membership in 2 weeks and leave room for the rest of us. But it's not only the gym that's going to happen. Probably in about 9 months' time, there's going to be some extra work done at the hospitals because Daddy got some for Christmas. And that's how we get September babies. I have 2. And because I am always looking to help you women's out, so you don't have to do as it says in the Bible, carry your kid in pain and bear it in. I don't know how to translate that, but it has to hurt when you make babies. That's your punishment for having fun with a snake. It's in the Bible. Check it out, Jamie. But there's a contraption I think could help most y'all out. And I thought it would be perfect for a night show because it has to do with childbirth. But let's see how we could fix a lot of the problem, because I've been at 2 births. You women get really, apparently it's all about you, and I made you go through that, and I hate you, and there's a lot of yelling, and I don't like yelling. So I have found a way that probably could remove a lot of the anxiety. Let's take a look at it.
This table was designed to help women give birth easily, and it's based on a patent filed in 1963. First, the pregnant woman is strapped onto the table, lying on her back. When labor begins, the table spins at a calculated speed, theoretically using centrifugal force to assist in delivering the baby. The table's speed can reach up to 8 g, which is equivalent to forces experienced by pilots during high-speed maneuvers in fighter jets. The speed of rotation is adjusted dynamically depending on the mother's progress and the baby's position. This force is intended to assist the uterus in pushing the baby out naturally by supplementing the mother's own efforts. At the base of the rotating table, a soft cushioned receptacle or net is installed to catch the baby safely once it is expelled. The receptacle is designed to absorb the impact and gently cradle the newborn, preventing any injuries. The system features a bell that signals when the baby has been delivered, especially in case medical personnel are momentarily distracted. Once the baby is delivered, the table is stopped and the mother is unstrapped. The newborn is immediately taken for standard post-delivery medical checks. The apparatus includes a manual and automatic stop function to halt the rotation immediately if complications occur. The system limits the maximum rotation speed to avoid excessive forces that could harm the mother or the baby. The concept was developed by George and Charlotte Blonsky, a childless husband and wife duo with no medical background.
Who had guessed that they were childless when they made this? But imagine how painless birth would be if it just shot out of you at 8 g and being caught in a net. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm not saying it's a bad idea either. Because again, I have been at 2 births, and there's a lot of screaming and yelling. That's K-Dubs is ready for the strapped in part. Yeah, the little bell, bing. It sounded like something the Ruskies would do or something like that. Just, we can't save on. Why is my Russian accent Scottish? Comrade, we can save on midwives. Just put up bell. I'm just trying to teach people how to have babies easier. Yeah, you probably want to check their basement. Imagine, don't you like a good merry-go-round? If you put some horses and stuff on it, a Dumbo, and you could choose, and you have like 8 women, you could make it way more efficient, and they could have the merry-go-round. You can play the ding 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 music while you're giving birth. It'll be just like going to the fun fair. Sell a corner of the cup for the husband so he can stand outside and say, "You go, girl." Do they know that babies aren't the only thing that is excluded, coming out when women give birth? I'm just thinking that room will look like a Jackson Pollock when they're done. Who cuts this cord in the centrifuge spinning? The net, maybe, when it closes down? I don't know. It's like the Liberty Bell. Seems like a lot less violent than a C-section. Yeah. It is. You can use it for childbirth or constipation. A twofer. Exactly. You can do all of it. All the babies get mixed up. How do you know who's whose? In Mother Russia, you don't choose baby. Baby choose you. Do I still get an epidural? No. You will have pain for motherland. I don't know why I think it's a Russian contraption. It's clearly 2 people in in America, you should hear the foal alarm. Is that the thing you put around the belly and then they go off when they are going into labor? Placentas on the wall, placentas on the wall. It's gonna be my new hit song. I absolutely love rides that spins and make me dizzy, but I have to draw the line of riding one while giving birth. You women says are really hard to make happy. Here I am. It's gonna be fun while you're doing something that will probably be the most painful in your life. I can't help you. Oh, that could be cool if he was just standing down there. Imagine the bond, especially when it's a son, because apparently in America, every dad and every son must go play catch. I've never done that with my dad, but he did make me chop wood and help him in the forest. That was fine. It wasn't throwing a ball at someone. Oh, so nice when people meet each other. I never had one labor pain, scheduled C-section. It did take an hour though, and they had to use forces and a suction thing that kept popping off his head hair. Ooh. My sister had an emergency C-section because they tried to, in Switzerland, they induce you when your child is a certain size to minimize the risks. And the problem was she had an induced labor that didn't stick, and they just kept upping her inducement medicine. So in the end, her uterus was just, it didn't do deep contractions. So she had to have a C-section because the kid was starting to, it was not a good story. And they cut some of her blood vessels, so she might have been operated on for a couple of hours, and her husband doesn't speak French, and the nurses didn't speak English, and he was just given a kid and saw his wife being rolled out of the delivery room. He was comme ça. That wasn't a fun thing. So as she said, well, I wanted one more. He wouldn't let me. There will be a backup net, or there will be a guy with a big catcher's mitt in the background. Well, it makes it more fun. It's going to be like one of those. Do you remember when you were a kid in school and you have to show that you can figure out how to get through the maze? It's just going to be like one. Which one leads to this kid? Which women's part leads to a baby? You can have an epidural, but it's mid-spin. Yeah, you can you can have like a joystick, and then you had a little screen and say, that's my spinal cord. No, that wasn't my spinal cord. You should see the mechanical bull version. Yeah, instead of a saddle, you just have a basket they can fall into. Well, they patented it. They never really invented it. Because well, you don't forget the pain, but again, I was talking to my daughter. Called me one day. This has been a lot about my daughter. Good thing she doesn't watch the show. And I was a little bit miffed because she had talked to her mom about stuff that didn't work, and her mom was just like, you just have to do this. I was perfect from the, I barely even said, ugh, and then I gave birth, and I was breastfeeding while I was working, and everything was perfect. And I said, that's funny. I think that thing where women forget the pain, they also forget a lot about how it really was, because I remember a lot of chafed nipples, a lot of crying over lack of suction and all of that. I think women have that's a good thing. Always call the dad if the mom says, oh, it's no problem. I was like passing wind in church, silent but deadly. No, it wasn't. I remember. I was there. I was the one getting yelled at. Well, my sister is the only reference I have, and but it was a little of a clustermuck. So yeah, I fathered 3 children. Firstborn was given the scissors to cut the cord. I thought it was going to be like cutting through a cheese stick. Instead, it was cutting a wine. Tough as hell, eye opener. I don't know if you have this. I can still to this day feel how it felt to cut the umbilical cord on both my kids. I have that feeling in my fingers. It's such a weird thing that, but it's the same. I say when I saw my kid, because for men it's not real. Women understand because they can feel it inside their body, but for us men, babies aren't real until they're born. We can see, oh, it's kicking, and we can feel all that, and we can see the bill for all the extra licorice you need. But it's not really real until you see the kid. And I felt it like someone just switched on a light switch in my head when I saw my kid, and I just knew, yep, you're gonna love this thing forever, and you're gonna be a dad now. And but I think that's nature, and that's because we go into protection mode. Vi snakker fødsler. Godmorgen. Jeg er op før dig. I'm just about to end mine all when you get in here. My dad said I had 2 kids, didn't feel a thing. Yeah, he's a man. That's how I feel. No, it's kind of weird. It's firm. It's kind of like a vine or cutting at the old ropes like you have on ships where you can't just clip to it. There's some resistance you will feel in your hands. A cone head. Amazing thing to see witnessing birth. Never mind one's emotional connection. If you are a father, women are amazing. Yeah, women are okay. Let's face it. We do all the work. We get the cold rag. We get them the ice cubes. We say, "Have you tried pushing?" The midwife is telling you to push. Why are you yelling? Have you tried calming down? Maybe do those weird exercises. I'm just saying. Men do a lot of the work, and my audience just went riff. Did it feel like cotton sausage? No, because there's some resistance in there. It's weird. You can't describe it really. Hated everything about giving birth. Well, hopefully not the product. No, because it looks really, really soft and squishy, almost like if you have the skin for a sausage that's only half filled, but when you cut into it, there's resistance. Oh, I didn't look at the placenta. That was nasty. A 12-pound baby with a furry butt. I was around that size too, which that's why one of my shoulders is weird, because my mom fractured my shoulder blade when I was born, because I was so big. My head was roughly the size of a football. It hurt so bad, and I ended up having a C-section. It still hurts like hell. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I thought it. It's the same. I never tell Jamie what I think, but as soon as Jamie log off, I'm sitting here for half an hour and saying, well, but I don't want to do that, so why don't you just try and make me? Oh, you're not so tough now. And then when I get back to streaming with her, I said, oh, yes, sure, Jamie. Yes, Masa, I'll do that. Nothing special, Kay. We were just talking births. Get some sleep, Haley. See you later. No, birth is beautiful. No, that's a good thing. My daughter is around that time now where there's like 4 hours of sleep. She likes that. Don't think about it. She made me. I don't know what she ate, but I was a big one. Poor, poor woman. She must have been huge. Well, we get into weird places on these night shows. I thought 10 pounds was too big. Well, I weighed 58.76, I believe, was my birth weight in kilos. So that's 11 pounds something. A football, not a hand egg. Yes, he's a cute little one. Sadly, he started to look more like his dad than his mom now, so I'm not sure. But no, he's a funny little guy, and he likes hanging out with Grandpa. So I went up there the first time, and he was like a week old or something, maybe 2 weeks old. I gave him some time because I know it's a little tough in the beginning, and he was just sleeping with me for an hour and a half. They were going back to the hospital because he hadn't gained enough weight, and the breastfeeding didn't really work. But he was just in my arms sleeping for an hour and a half. Then I went up there for Christmas, and I could make him calm every time I took him. So he's my favorite grandson so far. No, it's way better than being a mom or dad. Grandpa Grifter. Yeah, I need to make some baby grifting things. But people, it's been an hour and 10 minutes for this 1 hour show. I'm going to see if I can find somewhere to ship you. I don't think anyone else is really streaming at this time. It's been a wonderful stream as always. No one's. I'm gonna do the grift thing. I'm gonna send you to my trial stream later. It's always nice having these streams because it have no content. It's just us going wherever we want to go. And I'll try and do them a couple of times a week because it works sometimes. Have to figure out with the new trial how late they go in the day because it is 5. Well, now it's 6 a.m. my time. So I have to fit some hours of sleep in. But you should also get some sleep because tomorrow, if it's televised, we're going to do the Jason Chen case. A guy who allegedly stabulated his girlfriend, put her in a suitcase, and dropped her near Suck Creek in Tennessee. It's out of Chattanooga. They have had to go to Memphis or Nashville, one of the ISIS, and pick up a jury because it had too much local notoriety, so they didn't believe they could get an unbiased jury. It's set to last 10 days. So it should be a good start for the year. A good stabulation, a good suitcase case. Suitcase case. That's a new word. And we need to get back to some trial streaming. And today it seems like it's going to be Jason Chen out of Tennessee. Bet Morpha sings to his grandbaby, some Elvis baby. Haven't sung to him yet. I've talked to him a lot. Tell him to relax and everything's okay. No. Oh, thank you. I'll try to do them, but it's a little hard sometimes. I need to go back to bed now. Thank you, HT. Yeah, well, this time she was post-mortem put in the suitcase, not pre-mortem like in the Sarah Boone case. But enough craziness. Hopefully, I'll do one of these again later this week, if that case doesn't go too late. Get some sleep, y'all. Get home from work or get to work. Vejene så. Se at komme til på arbejde.